Good evening, fellow staff and amazing teachers. My name is Ella Gray, and today I will be discussing why imagination and creativity are so important to implement into today's classrooms. So make yourselves comfortable and keep your mind wide open. Here is a visual of a mind map I created. Through this, we can see the different components of creativity. I will go into more depth and reflect on it throughout the presentation. What is creativity? Creativity can be characterized as the ability to discover new opportunities, develop creative ideas, and adapt to changing surroundings. Why is it so important? Due to the rapid changes that occur within today's society, we need to make sure that we are supporting and fostering minds that can adapt to it. Through integrating creativity into schools and education, it can encourage students to think in diverse ways. Learning and developing creative thinking skills provides children with the means to be flexible in their thinking and see different perspectives and problem solve when they face challenges. Furthermore, it can assist children in being able to express themselves and their emotions. There are a wide range of creative ways and outlets that children can learn how to express their emotions in a healthy and safe way. One example is through art or through creative writing and storytelling. Building a sense of creativity in students can encourage them to pursue creative areas that they are passionate about. It allows topics to be fun and exciting, which can further encourage them to be pursued. So, then what is imagination? Imagination can be defined as the ability to build ideas, images, or concepts in your mind. Imagination allows for people to explore a variety of possibilities and helps them build problem solving and adaptation skills. Within an early childhood setting, imagination is crucial as it encourages children to explore their world, think abstractly, and be more creative. Why is it important? The role of imagination is crucial within an educational setting. Firstly, imagination aids in children's social development by encouraging them to engage in imaginative play and storytelling with others. Through this, children can build skills to communicate effectively with other children and can aid in their relationships with their friends. Imagination can also assist in children's physical development. Children can develop their gross and fine motor skills through play. Children may feel inclined to act out different imaginative roles. Imagination positively builds on children's learning and their passion as it opens up their mind for new possibilities. Therefore, it is so important that we integrate this into our children's learning as a holistic curriculum so that we can transform children's education and learning. The 4 C's of creativity. The big 4 C's of creativity is a model that encapsulates 4 main components of creativity. The big 4C models tell us that creativity involves curiosity, drive, courage to try new things, and the ability to overcome obstacles effectively. This model has been very efficient in helping me develop my understanding of the different aspects of creativity. This model has helped me, and I'm sure it will for all of you, broaden your perspective of what creativity can be. Through a good understanding of these attributes, teachers can present to children and students how to build a more holistic and active approach to creativity. The mini C section tells us about someone's development and creativity and how they can view creativity as important. It is personal and meaningful to them, and they can find creativity through their actions and experiences. The little C level tells us that creativity can be found in everyday life and that all people hold the skills to be creative. The next level is Pro C. This emphasizes people who are more creative on a professional level. The last level is the Big C. This aspect recognizes influential creatives throughout history and how they have had a big influence on society. This model was designed to offer us the ideology that everyone has the potential to be creative and how individuals' own experiences go towards a meaningful form of creativity. Within educational theories, there are a wide variety that support the inclusion of imagination and creativity. Constructivism by Jean Piaget and Vygotsky tell us that students and learners build their understandings and knowledge of the world through their everyday experiences and ongoing reflection. Through this, children can create new knowledge and make connections through active engagement in creative activities, and they can explore this side of themselves. Furthermore, Montessori theories support creativity and imagination. Montessori methods involve children being self-directed in their learning, hands-on and collaborative. Everything in a Montessori classroom is intentional to the children's development. As teachers, we can set up an environment that foster and encourage children's imagination and creativity by providing children with tools, information, and materials to achieve optimal development in this area. Within the Australian curriculum, children are provided with the means to use their imagination and think creatively. The Australian curriculum highlights the importance of children being able to develop the ability to be critical and creative in their thinking as they learn to generate and evaluate new knowledge. This is seen through their general capability, critical and creative thinking. This allows students to use their imagination and creative skills across a wide range of contexts. It allows students to widen their perspective when it comes to problem solving. This general capability also fosters an environment that supports risk-taking, motivation, where they will be supported to do so. As shown on the slide, the main ideas surrounding critical and creative thinking are split into four sections. These are inquiring, generating, analyzing, and reflecting, which you can see on the slide. Over time, there's been a decrease in the value of imagination and creativity within the classroom. Sir Ken Robinson advocates for the implementation of creativity within schools. He argues that creativity is as important as literacy and should be treated as such. Furthermore, a teacher's ability to find a space for creativity is at risk of failure. However, on the good side, there is a widespread consensus that creativity is an important aspect of society and that the implementation of policies surrounding creativity is essential to the present and the future. I think these factors are extremely important to consider when going through every day in our teaching within schools. There are many ways that as teachers, we can foster and encourage creativity and imagination within our schools. Give students responsibility for their learning by encouraging participation and contribution in the classroom. Encourage students to use their voice to ask questions, to discuss content. Highlight creative learning through engaging visuals. Provide students with a wide variety of engaging opportunities. Provide positive feedback and constructive feedback. Promote collaborative learning and encourage teamwork so students can bounce creative ideas off each other. When children have a teacher that is responsive to their creativity, they can feel more comfortable to express themselves and therefore will be more eager to learn. I'm sure many of you would align the concept of imagination and creativity with the arts. However, creativity and imagination can be explored in a variety of ways. Through my research, I have developed a deeper understanding of what imagination and creativity can be. Within the concepts of imagination and creativity, there are assumptions made of these that involve one being that creativity is only related to the arts through singing, drama, and dance. Secondly, that people cannot be both academic and creative. And thirdly, that creativity is messy and unorganized. These are just three assumptions about creativity, and they are entirely not true. Creativity is something that can be implemented into a wide variety of subjects within the education system. Firstly, imagination can easily be integrated into our English and literacy classes. I would argue that this is an extremely important aspect to be incorporated. Creative writing is an extremely important tool to learn, and being able to write narratives and poems and dialogues are a main aspect of it. Creative writing assists in children being able to express their emotions and can help give teachers an indication of how the child may be feeling. Science is also a great way to implement imagination and creativity in areas outside the arts. One way of doing this is to create a fun and creative experiment for students to engage in. A great way to do this is by making an experiment like the volcano using bicarb soda and vinegar. Children can get creative with this by adding their favorite food dye color. Another great way of doing this is by having the children act out famous discoveries in front of the class or with each other so that they are learning the content but are also able to use their creativity. Lastly, having the students build their scientific experiments can be a great way to motivate children to use their imagination and critical thinking skills on how different aspects of science legitimately work and see them put into action. An example could be to have them build their own egg drop contraption or model parachutes and be able to see the validity of them. Through doing this, teachers can foster scientific environments that value critical thinking but are also whilst when we think of the subject of mathematics, my least favorite subject, assumptions can be that it is boring and limited in creativity. However, I would argue that maths can be creative, and I know what you're thinking. Ella, that's a stretch, or Ella, you're reaching. Maths allows students to discover new ideas and build on concepts. When problem solving, I think it is a great idea to encourage students to come up with a variety of ways they can solve the problem. This allows them to think outside their comfort zone and implement their learnt knowledge. The use of maths games can be really fun as well for students to learn the content they are being taught. These games influence children to be engaged and think creatively. To expand on this, when working with older children, an activity that can be implemented is to get them to create their own maths games. This is a great way for students to be creative and make something that is personally enjoyable, which will in turn create a maths class that is more engaging. In line with considering creativity outside the assumption of arts, a product I would love to see implemented into the school is an outdoor exploration kits. These kits are an engaging way to foster creativity in children. It not only allows the children to build holistic development, but also to develop their awareness and knowledge of the surrounding nature. These kits would incorporate magnifying glass, tweezers, binoculars, containers to store different natural elements, safety scissors, and gloves, which you can see on the slide. Firstly, these kits are great because they encourage sensory play. This experience encourages hands-on play by being able to physically interact with the environment around them. The Australian curriculum supports sensory play as it aids children in being able to develop cognitive skills through engaging a wide range of senses, which is crucial in the early years. This exploration closely relates to the arts. This product and activity encourages students to consider the issues of sustainability and the environment around them. The Australian curriculum tells us that arts should provide students with opportunities to develop their world. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me talk about why imagination and creativity are so important to integrating into our schools. I hope that you learned something from this presentation and can take something away from this into your classes. Have a great night.